Good morning, Philippines, and welcome to week 44. Still a bit of an echo in here as the place we're building is largely empty. But today we're going to take a look at some of the finishing works again. The fluted walls are just starting to go up, much of the tile work in the living room, and we've recovered the wood for the steps for the stairwell. So let's take a look at how we're progressing. And don't forget to watch the end. We'll do a financial catch up. So it was a full week this week. The guys just got back and they're starting to work on the outside a bit now. They put in a new curb there on the left, and we've got a front porch base, and the walkway will be running along the face of the building, um, so you can service things. So coming in the front door here, anyway, you'll see the new marble look to the tile and the fluted walls being put in there around the aquarium. So that'll block in the aquarium when she's done, and you'll be servicing it from the garage side on the other side. So quite happy with the floor, although job drift, you might say, to keep running back to Wilcon to get more tiles. In the bathroom, they're starting to work on this area finally. We got ourselves a shower enclosure. The guys are plastering the walls, put in the drop ceiling, and this is where the washing machine will be installed. The sink will be put in there between the column and the wall, and then the head, the toilet, will be fit in there. And this is where our shower tray will be put in, and it extends back a bit, so we'll have a little shelf in there for soaps and the rest of it. There's always room for that and need for that in the shower anyway. So they put the sunken living room in, and we just have to put the lighting around that part of it. And looking back at the kitchen, I decided to carry the living room tile right into the kitchen as opposed to making a transition. I was going to put a brown wood face tile like we have upstairs, but I thought it was just be too dark, and so it brightens it up a bit. And having continuous tile makes the whole place look a little bit bigger than it would be otherwise. So there's a little tip for you. If you make a lot of transitions, your walls are going to be all chopped up. It's Sunday and Glenn's doing overtime because I guess he wants that bonus. We've got a couple of guys staying here all the time. It's good for security. Stoves put in, the fans put in. There's a space for the refrigerator. I don't know about the transition here on the roof, how that's going to look, but anyway, we're working on that. And we've got the vent in for the stove now, so we can just hook it up anytime. So the stove's in ready, the power's ready for the fridge. So we could live it here if everybody got out, I guess. The front door's on. And we recovered the old steps, the wooden steps that we'll be using or reusing, refinishing, and remolding. I don't like the square edges on them. It catches your heel when you're going down the step and stubs your toe going up. So we'll put a bull nose on each one of these things before we replace them. And then, of course, we'll need additional ones because there's just more steps than there is wood, given that we've got another floor. Coming in through Beau's room, we've put all the materials in here now from the other rooms. We've got a door frame for him, and we got a door upstairs I'll show you in a minute. this tile work you've seen previously. I got a pressure washer I had previously, and we've got the hose hooked up, so we'll be cleaning that up in the next little bit. And we'll take a look at the area here. There's the tap installed so we can water the flowers here on the upper floor. We'll have some greenery in here. The door was taken off deliberately because we have to shave about a centimeter off the bottom. It's rubbing on the ground, that barn door. And when we come in through here, the bathroom, had a new tile setter come in to do the tile work. Turns out it's the husband of the laundry lady that does our laundry. We've got a slot drain there, so it should take pretty much any capacity of water. And the shower head will go on here on this wall. The tiles on all the walls are complete. This door is a little sticky after they put the tile in, but if we turn around and look back, you can see the shower, and the mirror will be going under those lights, and the countertop. And this is the floor tile that we'll be putting in the shower tray, and the lights will have to be realigned, of course. We'll put a toilet over there in the corner. So that's well on its way. Now, this is the new stairwell that we put that has the beam jutting out on one side, so we had to make an adjustment there. Put the scaffolding back in place as they're plastering the stairwell right to the top. And as we come around here, you'll see that they're running in a light in that wall. And looking up, there'll be a chandelier placed right here. I'll put that in so you can take a look at what it'll look like. And we ran out of molding, so that they couldn't finish off the skylight area. You don't see a lot of skylights in the Philippines. It makes sense though, because electricity is power. It's nice to have the natural light when you can get it. So maybe it'll prompt some more. And this is the bathroom. The tile work is done. Found 4 smashed tiles, the whole package ruined, so I don't think it would bother with the top row there. There'll be a mirror on the large part of it, and that's enough of a pattern repeat, don't you think? It may be overwhelming, but with the mirror reflecting it, you'll see it even more. We got a fan put in place and a light, and yeah, that's the wraparound. The bathtub's been moved out for work and covered up. Those are the tiles for the floor upstairs and the doors. There's Beau's door, unfinished and raw. We'll take a look at that in a minute. Just do a walk around on the outside here. You'll see the roof panel that we've got ready for the tower. Kind of a smoky, beigey, grayish color. Nobody's going to see it anyway. It's going to be at the top. But as I struggle to get around here, you can see our new air conditioning condensing coil there. And there's a space there for power to the roof. Coming up here to the tower. Got a guy working up here today, again doing plastering. And we'll walk up and say hi to him, working on his Sunday. He wants to get the job done and get his bonus and get out of here too. And then we'll have the access to the roof for our solar panels and our skylight, and a retreat from Dad. Catch the annual fireworks. They started plastering inside here in the tower. One right on top of the other. Guy's mixing his own mortar mix right now. You can see Bo's door there. Had to be specially made. It's smaller than the standard one. 63 centimeters. And interesting thing about the doors was the initial contract was oversized doors at 16,000 pesos. Then the guy visited the site and saw me, and standard size doors became 18,000 pesos. And then the front door, he wanted 65,000 pesos. And so I ended up getting the window supplier to provide the framing for the door, and bought the door myself, and it overall cost me 21,000 pesos. So almost 3 times the charge, because he saw who I was. And that's why it's important as a foreigner that you hire a contractor to distance yourself from the suppliers, and you make sure that you're not paying extra other than your contractor, who I would encourage you to give him 5% on all the materials he buys, so that he'll try and get the best deal and quality for you, because with quality comes price. So you'll be paying slightly more, but you'll get a better quality building. So I love the fluted walls, and the door is in place. The slab is there ready to go. I'll probably put a big tile there in the front, a gray one, and there'll be a walkway over to the side, so you have a cover in the rain. Look at all that junk that has to be hauled out of there. The rats have just taken over the place, but we'll take care of that when the time comes. So where we're at now is about 5 million pesos. The original budget was 4, but I had some add-ons. That sunken living room was not part of the deal, and some of the configurations in the kitchen area were not. But this feature, the overhang and the rounded terrace, that was the contractor's design, which I love the idea. It gives it a softer look. You've got stone coming in here. I'll put that on top so you can take a look. And more gravel for the driveway coming. This is the drainage that we'll have to contend with from the driveway. There's a slight grade to the bottom. So we're looking at about 5.5 to 6 million, I think, when we're all done furnished. I still gotta go buy some furniture. Hi guys, if I could just interject for a moment here and thank all the new subscribers who joined us, and ask you to consider subscribing if you haven't in the past. It costs you nothing, and try it out, see what the topics I cover, if it's of interest to you. One thing I will caution you as we take a look at some land here that we're possibly going to buy, we'll see, is one thing you have to be concerned about is your contractor. I was cautioned by my lawyer not to be paying any of the guys here on the site directly, because now we're past 8 months. It could be construed as they being employees of mine, and that is not what we want, because there's a liability issue here. So make sure that you have that contractor between you and the staff. Now, I mean, of course, you can treat them all on a friendly basis, because you're not paying them directly, and they're dealing also with the issues of if there's any drunkenness or tardiness or poor workmanship. That's all dealt with by the contractor, so that you don't have to. And that's another reason why you want to make sure that you're paying him to deal with the materials as well, so that the quality's there. So it's really important to have a contractor that you can rely on to space yourself between the actual work and what's happening financially. Now, another thing that you should be aware of is the hours of work here in the Philippines and the structure of how they work. Very often they are expecting a smaller tradesperson for you to buy them lunch. if they're doing a daily rate deal, they'll ask you to include lunch in it because they want to, I guess, focus on a job, but it's also traditional. The other thing too is you want to have them take their regular breaks. They usually take them around 10:30 in the morning here for 20 minutes, and then they'll take a lunch and a snooze at noon for an hour. They'll be out cold. Don't bother them then. Let them sleep. And again around 3. After the heat of the day is past at noon, they'll get right back into it. And these guys, don't forget, they're working in the hot sun all day. Make sure you have them hydrated. We provide them with continuous supply of bottled water so that they're hydrated and to do the work. And I make sure that when I do my walkabouts, nobody's spending too much time in the sun. So you've got to look out for your workers, and they'll look out for you and maybe do you a great job. On a final note, here's the waterproofing. You can see the lighter area that hasn't been done yet, but this should give you an example of what the wall would look like once you've sealed it off from water penetration. So make a note of that.